Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about the one and only Nikola Jokic. Now the playoffs aren't over, nor is this series versus the Timberwolves, but after a dominant performance in Game 5 versus the Wolves, we must discuss Nikola Jokic's greatness. If you happen to miss the game and don't know what I'm referring to, in 41 minutes of play, Jokic put up 40 points, 7 rebounds and 13 assists while not committing a single turnover, with a true shooting percentage of 77%. Now don't just take those numbers lightly, as they are truly amazing. When you're in the playoffs, teams are going to scheme against you and force you into situations you don't want to be in, so for Jokic to not turn the ball over once while throwing out 13 dimes is absurd, and for him to score so efficiently shows you just how locked in he was. But the great thing about all of this is that he hasn't just came up big in one game, as during the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, Jokic has simply been amazing. If you've never seen it before, there used to be these and1 mixtapes that had a big man named Escalade who was truly unstoppable no matter who was in front of him. And for the Joker, he not only is unstoppable when it comes to scoring, but his ability to control the game as a whole is unreal. With so much attention catered towards the Serbian savant, he spots Gordon cutting on his backside once he turns towards the basket, but with patience, he waits until Rudy is fully committed, so once his pass is made, Gordon can slam it on Gobert's head. With Jokic so aware of the defense and being 2 steps ahead of them, when this entry pass is thrown at him, he can obviously feel Reed reaching around to try and get a hand on it, so he tips it to himself to then chase it down, and just in case Cat would have contested the shot, Jokic uses the floater inside. When you're dealing with a guy like Nikola Jokic, you're not playing checkers, you're also not playing chess, because the game you're playing is monkey see, monkey do, as when Jokic goes middle, Cat follows right with him. Then when Jokic looks out to KCP and follows his eyes, and they fail to cover the major threat right behind them, which is Gordon for the slam. Basically at any time on the floor you can be fooled, so you must stay on your P's and Q's. Like look right here, if you're Nas Reed in this situation and you step in the middle of the floor for help, this is actually the right thing to do, as you're guarding the weak side corner, so you want to be ready for help. But when you're dealing with a wizard on the court, you can't even allow the slightest opening to send a pass through, because before you know it, Jokic is zipping it past everyone, barely missing Reggie Jackson's head, and now KCP has nothing but space and opportunity to sink the 3 ball. There's truly not a guy on the court Jokic doesn't see, so every defender better stay attached, because when 90 feet away from the basket, Jokic can throw these slingers with one hand all the way down the floor to connect on the touchdown. This quick reaction timing is so key when it comes to the game of basketball, because with everything being about placement on the court, once Cat shifts his attention to Jokic leaving Gordon, it's pretty much an immediate reaction from Jokic to dump it off to AG, and ladies and gentlemen, strap on your seatbelts because we're prepared for takeoff. Like I stated, there's not anyone on the floor that Jokic doesn't see, and just because his reaction timing is quick doesn't mean he'll rush things. When he catches the ball in the post here, once Jokic turns his shoulder to scan the floor, he sees Holiday in his corner, but with the double team on him, this pass over the outstretched hands of 2 defenders would be difficult, so instead he looks off Holiday to not give away his target, spins away from the double going towards the baseline, and now with a straight line drive to the corner, the pass is made, and the 3 ball is underway. There's really no way to stop Jokic from getting it to his intended target, as you might be right in the perfect position, but hey, perfect isn't perfect enough when you're dealing with the Serbian savant. Cat right here does a decent job at switching with Rudy on this pick and roll, but with him even being 1 step behind Gordon, Jokic will lead this lob to the exact spot where AG will be leaping to, and with a high flyer like this, you don't stand a chance. These angles at which Jokic can pass it from are endless, as you can set up a triangle like I stated in a previous video, and he'll read it perfectly to dime up MPJ. When the backdoor cut is initiated, he'll place it right at the rim for Murray to catch and finish. And then instead of trying to force this down the middle where Anthony Davis is waiting on it, Jokic is 2 steps ahead and will go behind his back to put it right on the money for the Michael Porter Jr. flush. It's really not to be taken as a game when you have the task of stopping Jokic, or hold on. Could it be a game? Because with his amazing footwork, it can look like he's out there playing Just Dance Revolution as he cooks up his defender with those footwork combos. When you pay close attention, you'll notice how smooth this spin move directly into the back down is, and then with the slight shoulder fake, Jokic will then step into this hook with the wrong foot, but that doesn't matter as the bucket is straight water. This footwork is so immaculate that it'll make defenders bite hard putting them out of position, so by the time he spins back the other way, he has a great look at the rim and there's simply nothing the defense can do. They crowned him the Defensive Player of the Year, so can we call Jokic the Offensive Player of the Year? Because with him moving like a smooth criminal, Rudy is out there working hard, and then his placement of the ball off the glass for the bucket is just insane. It really doesn't matter how you choose to guard him, as Jokic will initiate the contact to set you up, and now with you at his mercy, when he spins back and is locked in on that rim, the fadeaway is straight butter. Most people will make jokes on Gobert and even say he isn't deserving of the Defensive Player of the Year award, especially after seeing how Jokic has been cooking, but we all must sit down and just think about one thing. Who in the league doesn't Jokic cook like this? With an arsenal of moves available for him to use at any time, it doesn't matter who stands in front of him, as he'll take you to school by himself every single day, and you'll soon be begging to ride the bus instead. Hopefully some of you get that analogy, but if not, let me show you in basketball terms. When you're on that Jokic island all by yourself, he'll make it look easy just getting buckets on your head, so after a while, you'll be begging to be with friends when it comes to guarding him. But guess what? Joke's on you, as Jokic can carpool and take you both to class for a lesson. These doubles simply don't work because not only is he able to find the open man on the court once the defense gets in rotation, but when two of them try and stop him before the buzzer, it's like he doesn't even see the defense and seems to jumper right over them. Think about it, usually when we see offensive players destroy defenses, it's a lot of flashy moves and they can tend to have the ball in their hands a lot. But with Jokic, he gets the whole team involved with his style of play, and when he does have the ball, there's not a lot of time being wasted as he's either scanning the floor for an open man, or he's seeing what angle is available for him to attack the basket and then navigates to it. Like watch this play right here. Jokic notices that Cat is out the paint all the way in the corner, so the push to the basket is pretty much wide open. So with Rudy as the only man to beat, Jokic is going to call for a screen, but this is all a decoy because he knows Rudy will get flat-footed one stepping closer. So once that happens, Jokic pushes to the rim getting the advantage downhill, gets into Rudy's body drawing the contact, and with supreme focus, he throws up the shot while falling back, and with him draining the bucket plus the foul, he has one more waiting for him at the line. With his bigger body, Jokic is able to take on a lot of contact and be unfazed by it, so you better try your best to make sure he can't even get the shot up, because if he does, then with that great touch around the basket, you're basically awarding him a free bucket inside with another one at the line. But hey, even if he doesn't get the whistle for the foul, Jokic can still play through the contact to see shots fall. And although he may not look like a dominant big when it comes to power and force, Jokic can all out body defenders who aren't ready for the contact, and they're now just left watching the ball fall through the net as they're on the ground. Now me and you both would be lying if we said Jokic isn't one of the hardest guys to guard, because there's simply not a way on the court he can't score, nor is there a pass he can't make. Defenses will literally try everything in their power to stop him, but none have really found a way. On this play here, Nasri does a solid job at stopping the ball being sent to Jokic when he runs off this screen, but when utilizing his spin move to get around Reed, it now traps his arm underneath, pretty much making him handicapped in this situation. So when the ball is finally sent to Jokic, he can attack the rim towards the side the arm is tangled up, and by using that right hand inside for the layup, Nasri stands no chance at blocking it. Time and time again, we see why Jokic is a 3-time MVP, and why he is one of the best big men to play the game of basketball. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.